What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Vigorous Shooter, and today I'm going to share 5 things with you that you should be doing before you hit that record button. Number 1 on my list, yes, you should be checking your project settings. You should know that you're already at the right frame rate for your project, either 24, 23.9, 30, 60, whatever you like your project frame rate to be at. You should make sure that you have that on lock. You should be making sure that you have your proper codecs, proper resolution. Either you want to do it 4K or you want to do it 1080. Which one? It's up to you, but you have to make sure you do that before you hit the record button. And number 2 on my list, you should be hitting that like button. Now go ahead and take the time to do that now. Now this tip is one that you should be doing because it's very crucial for how much dynamic range that you're going to get for your project and how much latitude you'll be able to have in post. What picture profile should you be shooting in? There's different profiles out there. You have Rec 709 and also you have log format. Which one is going to be the best for the current project? If you want a smoother coloring process, you might want to go with Rec 709, and if you want to push your colors to the max, you might want to do a log format. So now this one here is big, your white balance. There are so many footage out there that looks great, but at the same time, you could tell the creator didn't take the time to white balance properly. That is something that is very minute, but it's a step that can cost you a lot of time in post. With that being said, never leave your white balance setting on auto. Ever, don't even try it. Trust me, I've been burned before because I did that mistake. And the way I had to fix that problem, I had to sit there and keyframe my white balance. Do not make that same mistake and get your white balance properly adjusted in camera. One quick tip that you could use to get it done faster, there are presets that comes within the camera. Try out one of those presets to see which one of them land or match the scene that you're working on. And if one of them doesn't match, at that point, I would say it's best to go in and manually do it, even though it might take you a little bit of time to do it in manual mode. And something that you should be having at all times with you is a gray or a white card. Pull it out your bag, hold it right in front of the client for about 3 or 4 seconds, very still. That will allow you to use your eyedropper tool in post for you to perfectly pinpoint your white balance. If everything I'm saying to you guys right now resonates, please hit that like button. Now this next tip is a no-brainer. First and foremost, you should always make sure that you're running the lowest ISO possible. And if you're lucky, your camera has a dual ISO setting like mine does, that would make sure that the analog gain in the camera resets, so that way you could have a cleaner noise floor at a higher ISO. Now 4th on my list, which is very important because if you screw this up in camera, it's really hard for you to get this back in post. And that's your audio. Yes, that thing is very sensitive, so you want to make sure that you are checking your audio levels from your talent or from the client before you hit that record button. And one best way to do that is tell the client to speak at their normal recording volume. Wherever you hear them being the loudest, you reference that and you knock them down by a decibel or 2. And last but not least, this is a tip that we can easily forego because we're always ready to shoot and hit that record button. Where is your memory power at? A lot of times when I've started a project, well into the project, I realized that I forgot to format my card and I'm running out of space. So at that current time, I can't stop to reformat or dump some of the footage that I took so I can reformat the card. There has been numerous times where I've been stuck in that pickle, and luckily I had multiple cards on me. So that's a situation you never want to be in unless you're running with hella memory cards in your bag, and also making sure that you backed up the files before you reformat the card. So that's another thing you need to be mindful of, is making sure that you dump the file before you reformat the card and reformatting the card before you start a new project. If you're one of the ones that reformatted your card before you dumped your files, leave me a comment down below and tell me how you dealt with that whole situation. And also, if it's your first time on this channel, hit the subscribe button so you can see more content like this. And thanks again for watching this video, guys. I'll see you guys on my next one. Deuces.